I'm John Law, this is Chasing Cars, and we're at the 2025 Japan Mobility Show to check out this very important new vehicle, which is of course the Mazda CX-5. Now this car is allegedly all new, and even though it looks quite similar, there are some really big changes to address some key criticisms to this car, mainly when it comes to interior space. So today I'm going to talk you a little bit through the styling of the outside of this car, but importantly we're going to jump inside and see how much more rear seat space and boot space you get in the new CX-5, along with checking out the technology. Leave your comments down below and let's get straight into it. Chasing Cars, honest reviews of your next car.
Brought to you by
Budget Direct.
Now, it's clearly a continuation of the CX-5 lineage, and the designers actually got quite perturbed when I said it doesn't look that different, because in truth, it does. The overhangs may have remained the same, but there's all new sheet metal, and when we come down the side, the big change is here, where there's 115 millimeters more length in the wheelbase, and that translates to 115 millimeters more length overall. Mazda's also been quite careful with the shaping of this car. It retains the organic lines, but if we come back here, we can actually see that these curves hide a much boxier shape, which should pay dividends inside. Inside, it feels very fresh, the new CX-5. We've got this big touchscreen, which we'll come back to in a second, but the basics seem to be right on the money. Driving position is very Mazda. I'm sitting in a nice low position, but not too low, and the steering wheel falls beautifully to hand. It's a new design for Mazda as well, with a central binnacle here, and you've got touch buttons, but they're not touch, they're actually real buttons that click. So really nice. You're not going to get that thing you get in a Golf R where you accidentally turn the heated steering wheel on while you're going around corners. We love to see that. Now I'll come back to the controversial thing, which is the HVAC controls. Now this is a Japanese spec touchscreen that is semi in English, and this is a Euro spec pre-production car, but we're never going to see physical HVAC controls in the new CX-5, at least not before a midlife facelift. It's all done here via the touchscreen. You can slide it along and touch it there. It does remain persistent when you're mirroring Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, so that's very good, but still I think we're going to get tired of that. Possibly, not sure. Again, I haven't spent much time using it. There's also new voice commands in this car, much more powerful than before, so that should also aid with usability. Materials quality is typically really nice from Mazda. Feels like this top trim car borrows a bit from the CX-60, 70, 80 and 90 with this lovely plush cream upholstery in here. Feels really, really good on the whole. Here are where the biggest physical changes that we can detect have happened to the CX-5. From a car that was to the middle or back of the pack for rear seat room, this car jumps right up to near the top of the class. I'm 188 centimeters tall, that's my driving position, and as you can see, I've got really generous knee room. There's lots of toe room too, with quite a nice low floor, and even with the panoramic sunroof, I have a bit of spare headroom above me. It also feels like Mazda's paid a lot of attention to comfort back here. The bench is more comfortable and supportive than the current car, and it feels like there's, a bit more under-thigh support, a bit more attention paid to backseat passengers. Now I'll touch on the platform as well, because it's an interesting thing for the CX-5. It's a development of what was around before, with all of that length added in the middle of the chassis. It's good in a way because it means this car doesn't move to the CX-30's small product architecture, which has a torsion beam rear end. So if you want to go all-wheel drive, you need to run the Dion rear axles, and that is a little bit compromised. This car retains its struts up front and multi-link rear suspension. No other clever suspension technology like adaptive dampers or air suspension, but we know Mazda can make a chassis that handles well and rides pretty nicely as well. So finishing it off, we'll talk about the CX-5's boot, which is quite a lot longer than before, and it's got this trick thing where you can flip the headrests the other way around, fold the seats down, and actually lie in the back of this car. It'll take someone up to 190 centimeters, so it'll just about fit me. A nice touch. We of course have the option of powered tailgates on various grades, and that's a first overview of the CX-5. It's coming to Australia next year, in the middle of next year, and a hybrid version will join it in 2027. I think the redesign is quite successful, quite light touch on the looks of things, but when you get deeper under the skin of this car, it really has transformed quite a lot more than you might think. So don't write the CX-5 off straight away. It really is quite a genuine overhaul of this car. Can't wait to get it on Australian soil and test it and see how the driving dynamics have changed. Leave your comments down below, tell me what you think of this car, hit subscribe so you don't miss our first drive, and thank you very much for watching.